Fly me to the moon and let me dance among the stars. Let me know what spring is like.
So we met online and we started writing back and forth.
August of 2016, and that's when we first started talking online, and then we started meeting up, finding a time to actually meet together. I was actually staying up in Tampa.
And then we decided that we were gonna meet, and we met at the Ale House in Sarasota. He drove down from Tampa.
When I saw her, the first thing I saw was just her beautiful smile. Then we met at the bar, and then from there I asked if we can definitely sit down and have some dinner. We sat down and had some dinner, and conversation flowed very, very rapidly. Like, it was one question after another.
Then we went to Big Top Brewery, where we ended up playing Connect 4, and he made me a bet, the person that could win best out of 7. And he said that if I won, I got to kiss him, and if he won, he got to take me on another date. And so he won, so he was promised another date, but I did give him a kiss anyway.
One of the most important things I love about her is her walk with God. It's one of the greatest things about dating somebody that has their faith stabilized in God and their foundation, and that's always one of the first things I ever look for in a relationship.
I love how much he loves God. He's a Christian and he believes in the same thing I do.
And it was just easy because conversation flowed with her and her walk with God, and it really took me further in my love for her, because when she talked about how she walks with God, our love together just flowed endlessly. So
he's very funny. Matter of fact, the moment that I knew that I loved him was when we were on the phone. One of the times that he was away in his deployment, we were talking, and he just had me cracking up over just nothing. And I said to him, I said, I bet you a life with you would not be boring.
And then her smile. If I had to pick anything about her physique and anything about her that stands out the most, it's her smile.
He always tries to make everything, lighthearted and fun, and he is pretty entertaining, and he loves with his whole heart. He is very compassionate, very caring, very genuine. I can trust him, and I know that he would do anything for me.
Before we actually had a talk about being engaged, marriage, she only said, hey, if you only did a big thing for me for the proposal, I won't care about the wedding, on how big it is. The only thing that came up to my mind about having something big was a flash mob.
The night before he left on his deployment, we went to the sandbar, Anna Maria Island. And so for our year anniversary, we decided that we were going to go back to the same place, and we were going to recreate that date right before he left. And so we went in and we put our name down.
I had a plan to actually go through the restaurant and walk around the beach and go to a certain place on the beach, and everybody was going to meet out there.
And he said, do you dare me to do a cartwheel? And I said, no, you're going to get dirty. And he goes, well, I'm going to do it anyway. And I said, okay, which is just like him to do, be goofy like that. And so he did a cartwheel, and then all of a sudden this music started.
When we showed up, a couple of the dancers showed up, and they did some of their parts of the routine. And the most important and probably the most surprising part is when she turned around, she followed the group that was making a turn around her.
Then within seconds, my whole family, all my friends, everyone that I care about came out and started this flash mob and dancing to Bruno Mars, Will You Marry Me? And so I was crying and laughing and so excited because dancing is my favorite thing. So for him to relate that and do that just meant the world to me.
Leading up to that point and at that moment, it was probably the best and greatest feeling that I could ever felt, but I'm sure that she was pretty surprised, and she felt very honored to actually be in that moment. And once the routine was done, I got on one knee and asked her to marry me, and she said yes.
And he had a videographer and a camera. They were taking pictures and caught the whole memory so that I can have it forever. And every time I get mad at him, I watch that. I think, but no, it was really special and it was really amazing. And then we ended up, he asked me, I just wish I could remember what he said to me when he asked me, because it was just such a blur that I don't remember, but I was the happiest day of my life, and I'm so excited to start this new journey with him. I have so many emotions about him. Nervous, I'm excited, but I believe in us, and I believe that, you know, if we have each other, we can make it through anything. He is definitely somebody that I want to spend my life with, and I can't wait for this next step in our life.
I really appreciate you, Christine, and I hope that we continue to live our life together and we put God first in everything we do, and I love you with all my heart, forever and ever.